Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella of Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
When you ready.
30 seconds, 30 seconds. Oh, he drunk. He drunk. No film.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, we seen the video of Gervonta Tank Davis sparring, and the video that some people didn't see. Redkach reposted that there was supposed to be no cameras in the gym. Apparently, it looks like Tank is working with I know he was probably former world champion boxing coach Buddy McGurf. Let's talk about the whole situation. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And straight up and down was just some whole shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't know shit about boxing or just know about the ins and outs of sparring. But, you know, it's a reason why Mayweather don't allow people to record his sparring. It's because of the Paul Salvador situation. He got outboxed for like several straight rounds. And since then, he don't allow people to record his sparring, but it's just work. But people looked at that one clip and seen Gervonta just beating the hell out of Redkach and said basically Tank, you know, dominated the sparring. And Redkach said that wasn't true. Redkach said, you know, they didn't show the rounds 1 through 3 where he was basically punching Gervonta in his gut and beating his ass. They only showed, you know, round 4. And he said after the 4 rounds that, you know, Tank left the sparring when they agreed to do 6. You hear about that all the time where Tank quitting sparring, you know, when he get tired or he will leave. You know, he quit versus Devin Haney, you know, because he's always not in good condition. You know, he doesn't work out in between his fights, he said. He just, when he get a fight, then he just started to work out and, you know, build up his strength and conditioning for the fight. You know, but people saying, oh, you know, Danny Garcia couldn't do this with Redkach and look what Tank doing. It's a 30-second or 20-second clip. You can't judge that about that's how the fight went or just how the sparring went. But they clearly said no cameras, and Tank team still, you know, recorded. They edited and they put out what they wanted to put out. And that's sucker shit, man. No matter who it is, shape, form, height, color, weight, whatever, haircut, I'm going to keep it 100. That's some sucker shit that Redkach couldn't, you know, his people followed the rules and didn't record, and then Tank people still recorded. You know what? That's just unprofessional. You know, that's very, very unprofessional, man. And then he edited. He didn't show the raw footage for, you know, from rounds 1 to 4. They edited, so put the real clip out. The same thing that Conor McGregor did to Paulie Malignaggi, which I ain't got no love for Paulie Malignaggi ass, but at the end of the day, it still wasn't right. You know, you put a small clip and it look like, you know, you dominate the sparring. You know, but, you know, people saying, oh, Tank could go up to 35, Tank could go up to 40, Tank could beat some 147 pounders. You know how quick people forget. You know, when it's their favorite fighter, they quick to forget the shitty fights. And people say, well, he dominated Gamboa every round. Gamboa had a blown out or torn or partially torn Achilles, and he couldn't get him out of there until, what, the 11th to 12th round? You know, if he's so dominant, you know what I'm saying, like people say he is versus Redkach, well, why he ain't fighting Lomachenko? Why he didn't get Gamboa out there sooner? And what I see is somebody, and I said this on Twitter, he gonna be on the Deontay Wilder list. I mean, you could say it's the not Julian Jackson, you could say it's the Matisse list, you could say a lot of guys. When they find out that they power ain't shit, they fold. And one Colossal Sports on Twitter, oh, you know, I don't think Deontay Wilder folded. Yes, he did. When he hit Tyson Fury with them 2 straight right hands, and he see Tyson Fury didn't bend, didn't break, didn't fold, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. He had nothing left in his arsenal, and that's Tank. What I seen is a dude that's still taking one shot at a time, trying to land one big shot. Don't even know how to set shots up to open up the big shot. He going, and that's what got him in trouble versus Gamboa, looking for the 1 or 2 big shots. And fortunately enough for him, that was a gamble 7 years ago. That was a gamble with a messed up knee and pretty much time to go into survival mode. You're not going to be able to get real fighters out there with 1 or 2 shots. And through all of that, he still didn't get Redkach out of there or drop Redkach. So, people looking at it, oh, he did this, he did that, and the third. Tank believing his power too much. People say, well, Tank got skill. What was that skill at when it was time to break down Gamboa, systematically break him down? It was none. He was still looking for the same 1 or 2 shots. And the skill may be there. But when you're looking for the same 1 or 2 shots, the dude like Gamboa and Redkach gonna go to full 12 or survive the majority of the rounds. You gotta learn how to set that up. It's the reason why they tell you to use the stick. You know what I'm saying? Stick blind him. The jab's not blind him. Then he can come in with that straight right hand or that uppercut. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why you see dudes, touch, then rip. You know what I'm saying? He looking for one big shot, trying to make a highlight film, and that translates into a real fight. Somebody gonna take advantage of that. He's squaring up, opening up. I mean, you can do that when you hit like him, but he believe in his power too much. And to be honest, his power ain't all of that. It ain't nothing that I ain't seen in the sport already. I ain't seen people with greater power. Julian Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dudes, man, who out there, man. Wilder had the big 1-punch knockout. Mike Tyson had it. You know what I'm saying? Gerald McClellan had it. You can just keep going on, and great fighters that had that 1-punch knockout. But when you look at the greatest fighters of all time, it ain't too many of them up there. Ray Robinson, you know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them dudes have real skills. Power runs out in boxing, especially if you're able to move up in weight, or even if heavyweight. Somebody was able to take Mike Tyson's best punch and give it back to him. You got to have something outside of the power. It's a disease, really, because once you start depending on it too much, eventually when it's time to go to plan B, really ain't no plan B no more. You've been getting dudes out here with 1 or 2 shots. You don't even know how to get on your toes and box, and it's too foreign. You don't know how to get on your toes, box, and systematically break somebody down. That's why when you see the majority of the top 10 fighters of all time, and obviously it's subjective. When you see those dudes, you see a lot of boxers. You see some punchers up there. You see boxer punchers. You don't see a lot of sluggers up there. You don't see a ton of brawlers up there. But for Tank, to me, that was weak. That was weak. And people, acting like that's cool and look what you're doing to Redkach. And, that was weak. That was a whole move. Editing the footage and making it seem like you did this and did that after they said no recording. Man, Buddy McGurf, like I said before, it don't matter who Tank, if that's his trainer, it don't matter who Tank trained with. Tank gonna do what Tank want to do. He become the new Jesse Vargas. He's gonna be jumping around from trainer to trainer to trainer to trainer to trainer. And like I said before, man, a lot of people think that shit was cool, but when the full story came out from Redkach, it wasn't cool. At first, you see, oh, no recording, and here this team go recording and shit, man. And people say, oh, look what you did to Redkach in sparring. It's sparring. You do know that Lamont Peterson broke Floyd ribs in sparring. You do know Paul Salvador outboxed Floyd for like several rounds and made him look like a fool. You do know George Groves got beat down to a pulp by Eubanks in sparring. And what happened in that fight? Will you pick Lamont to beat Floyd at any point in his career? No, sparring is sparring. You never know where the fighter is at. We don't know if Redkach is in great condition. Or was he just using this to get it in great condition? It doesn't mean that the fighter's actually going to go that way. Sparring is a totally different tool than boxing. You hear about Devin, beating this guy in sparring, fighting this guy in sparring, doing this in sparring. Motherfucker ducking everybody. He ducked Fortuna. Nobody want to talk about that. He ducked Jorge Linares, but then again, some people get on Tank for taking the easy route. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. So is Devin Haney. And they get out here on social media and they misconstrue some things. They got you thinking this, that, and the third. I don't listen to what the fighter say. Not no more. That's kind of equivalent of, You know, these fighters, you know, getting you to buy in. Every time you watch Floyd pay-per-view, oh, I'm going to fuck him up. I'm going to knock him out. You know, I'm going to be the first to do it. And they get in the ring and they don't do shit. You say, oh, he can't punch and he can't hurt me. Get in the ring and this dude is just, you know, folding up. He ain't doing nothing to say, nothing what he prophesied he was doing in the ring. It's boxing. You know, they was like, oh, Gary Russell said he had a great relationship with Al and they great business partners, this, that, and the third. If it's so great, just be a human and look at it for what it is. If that relationship is so great, why the fuck is he fighting tomato cans after tomato cans? Why he didn't get Leo? Why he didn't get Frampton? Why he hasn't gotten Mares before that? After he iced Johnny Gonzalez and Johnny Gonzalez iced Abner Mares. You know what I'm saying? Why is his best fights with non-PBC affiliate fighters Lomachenko and Jojo Diaz? When Al Heyman and managed Frampton, Santa Cruz, Frampton at one point, Santa Cruz, Abner Mares. They couldn't get Scott Quigg. They couldn't get nobody. Nobody. So he got to say that. Like I said before, man, I'm not going to tell him who said this. A prominent fighter or prominent fighter said this. Al Heyman makes you sign a non-disclosure agreement. If I feel like it, I speak on it today live. If I feel like doing boxing, he makes you sign that. So you'll never see none of these fighters speak bad about him because they signed that non-disclosure agreement. You know what I'm saying? They can sit here and say this, that. Them motherfuckers had no control of their career. None. So people saying, oh, Gary Russell said this. Gary Russell, well, tell him bust a move. If Al Heyman don't got him on the string, on the chain, tell him to leave. Simple as that. He tried to lead to Eddie Hearn. He said, no, I'm not going to let you. He tried to go to Top Rank. He said, no, I'm not going to let you. Just speaking the truth. People saying, well, you know, PBCs they are free agents. They're not free. They're not give us free. Give us free. That's them. Give us free. Give us free. That's them. Al Heyman has to sign off anything in boxing wise they do, as long as they have an agreement with him. So, hey, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. We go.